Let's get salty!
Hey everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and today we're talking not about Hearthstone, we're talking about quite the controversy going on kind of in the Hearthstone world as Reynad, his game, the Bazaar, has launched, and as he said not that long ago, well actually it's been like 5 years, but believe me, not that long ago, the Bazaar is free to play and has no cards you will need to collect at all. People are very upset over what I think is honestly really crappy. Honestly, a rug pull could be considered fraud and deception. I'm not entirely sure. We're gonna go into it, why I'm upset about it and why I'm talking about this as a Hearthstone content creator, because I've been asked a ton. We'll just get into all of that and we'll avoid the giveaway plugs for the Hearthstone stuff. We'll get straight into this because I do think it's a big deal to me. And if you're not aware of what I'm talking about, this game, the Bazaar, which I have played, I've tried out, I think it's pretty cool. It's like an auto battler, not my favorite style of game, not something I get super into, but you might know like Crip and Rarin, very much into it, very much enjoy it. I tried it during the closed beta, it's now open beta, and basically this is like an auto battler game. Went through a different route to get this to launch. They basically crowdfunded this game through Kickstarter, and there was a lot of promises throughout the years that this would be a fun game that would be free to play entirely, and that there would be no pay to win advantages, and the entire pitch of the game for years and years was based off of that. And the second they hit open beta, they introduced this, the prize pass, which if you load it in the game, it basically paywalls content in the game. The only way to unlock it is through this premium pass. It costs $10, and I believe after a month, then you can unlock the pass or the content behind it with in-currency gems, effectively making it pay to win. And there's a lot to unravel here, but to me, I'm gonna straight out say the main reason I'm making this video, besides being asked by like so many people, what's going on, make a video on it, is not that it's got pay to win elements, which I mean, you could say with Hearthstone, there's truly not pay to win, but if you buy more packs, you can get the cards faster, but you can get everything with in-game currency. Battlegrounds does have a bit of pay to win, right? Being able to pick heroes and all of that, you have better chance of getting a different hero. None of the content is paywalled. You just have a better chance of getting a hero you want. So you get a competitive advantage for money. That's pay to win, right? But no content is actually paywalled in the Battlegrounds in Hearthstone. This paywalls content. It just does. You can only get the content on this pass by spending money every month for $10. So that is technically 100% paywalling content, and in a card game which will never be perfectly balanced in any way, that is impossible. They've already nerfed some of the stuff in this content drop already, and it's been out for like a day or two. It's going to inherently be pay to win. There's just no way around it. You can make the semantics all you want that, well, it dilutes the pool, making things worse, and it's pay to win advantage overall, and people are really upset about it. But again, that's not why I'm the most upset about this. That they deceived their backers for this game. They lied. They lied about pay to win not being a part of their game, and they got money from people to back this game, which you could argue effectively is fraud. That is just not okay. That is what I am upset about in all of this, is that they openly lied, and there is a long trail of this, not just this one tweet from 2020. The ironic part about this, I quote tweeted this with eyeballs emoji during the Battle Pass controversy. Yes, he tweeted this during the Hearthstone Battle Pass controversy because he wanted to take it, you know, let's get some clout with that, right? And now 5 years later, they got their own controversy. So, well, it's come full circle, I guess, and I was a big part of that Battle Pass controversy, if you remember. However, this was noted on the Discord, the Bazaar Discord, all these quotes basically showing how things were misled throughout the year. So starting on 2020, we have Reynad, friendly reminder that the Bazaar is free to play and no pay to win nonsense. Skill matters, not your wallet. Context early stance against pay to win, echoing his Hearthstone critiques a year later. Will the Bazaar be pay to win? This is on the official site. No, monetization keeps its fair, cosmetics and convenience only. And again, they are kickstarting fundraising this game, asking for money, as well as the closed beta had like founders packs and all sorts of stuff you could buy. And I have a lot of viewers and a lot of people that spent money based on the promise that, okay, I will reward them, I'll give them my money, play the game, and when it launches, I can enjoy it free to play, grind away, right? Like, yeah, maybe I'll spend money on the pass, get cosmetics. That was a promise made, and people gave money based on that promise. And it continues. There's way more than just that. Reynad with a Twitch Q&A March of 2022. The Bazaar will never be pay to win. I hate that crap. Spend if you want, but it won't make you better. We also have here, we've heard your monetization concerns. The Bazaar stays no pay to win. Your support keeps it fair. That is 2023 on Kickstarter itself. Again, where they have been funding, getting money from people based on these effectively lies now. We have on October of 2024, pretty recently, the Bazaar's design is locked. No pay to win. Period. We're here to make a game worth playing. So again, giving people confirmation that won't happen. And we have more. We have more of that after Reynad replied to this in the Discord, by the way, with thanks to just being a smartass. That's a big problem with all this. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, being very confrontational, and you'll see what happened to this guy very shortly after. So he gave more quotes. This one of January 2025. So just a couple months ago. The Bazaar's core stays true. No pay to win. Recent changes are cosmetic only, not power. Skill still rules. February of 2025, a fact update. No gameplay advantages for sale. All heroes and items are earnable free. Cash just speeds up flair. Again, false. If you are paywalling, even if it's for a month, like Marvel Snap does, that is a pay to win advantage. You have to spend money to get all the content. There's no way around it other than waiting longer. And apparently getting the gems to like $9.99 to get all them takes some time. But regardless, you have to wait. There's no way to get it without spending money. Pay to win. This is February 2025. Pay to win? Nah, that's not us. You can grind everything. I'd quit my own game if it screwed over free-to-play players. So I guess Reynad not playing the Bazaar right now. Not playing, although he's busy flaming Reddit on the Discords and all that. And then lastly, the end of February, like just a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whatever you want to say. No, like, actually, no, it's March 8th today. This is like a week ago. Our promise holds. This was on the Kickstarter update, again, where they fundraised all of this money. No pay to win the Bazaar. Backers, your trust drives us. Fairness isn't negotiable. And then they launched it like this. That is actually insane to me that they did this. And this is why I'm making the video. They actually flat out lied. They absolutely lied, and they have launched it with the open beta going live. They have that pay to win pass. The game isn't even officially launched. This is like Nexus events in Marvel Snap, where that was a giant fiasco. And as I mentioned, this user who posted just these replies, like literal quotes, was banned from the Discord for at least a week. They are censoring people en masse of the Discord, even if they're just quoting Reynad, which again, probably not the best way to go. If you go right now to the Indiegogo for the Bazaar, where they fundraised over $160,000, it goes through like, you know, the game and what they're promising, all these different things, classes, all things that came together. They literally have this right here. Pay to win or pay to play. The Bazaar is neither pay to win nor pay to play. The Bazaar is truly free to play. The biggest pain point I wanted to solve for card game players is the pay to win model. In my game, you start with a couple classes unlocked. Those classes have all the cards in the game for them. Your class is just as balanced as any other. I mean, that was never going to be true, but you know, you can dream. As more classes get introduced to the game, you'll have the option of unlocking them, either by spending money or in-game currency. When I was playing the closed beta, that was a thing, and that's what they said. That's fine, totally fine. If you feel like giving the Bazaar a try, you won't have to feel like you're starting over from scratch and giving up the investment you put into other card games. The game board board itself will also be customizable with themes and contraptions. All cards will have golden or alternate art versions. Most of the revenue will come from cosmetics. Think of it monetizing like a traditional MOBA. Again, that was the pitch, and they have completely gone back on that. Bazaar subreddit is just insanely blown up. It reminds me very much of like the Free Hong Kong Blitzchung event during Hearthstone, the esports thing where he said, yeah, that whole thing, or the Battle Pass situation where people feel dumb for supporting the Bazaar, learning from Rarin and all that. And again, please don't flame other creators. Rarin, I know, I rated him on stream the other day, called it a rug pull, says it sucks, hopes they change their mind. Crip, I don't know, he's just on a different level, wavelength on this, okay? People are entitled to their opinions, but I want to get mine out there because I just don't see any other creators really talking about the fact they scammed. They literally scam people for money. That's what it's coming down to if they keep this, and they feel dumb for supporting the Bazaar. There's other weird things going on. I know where like there's auto renew subscriptions. There's other weird stuff, but the big problem is, again, they promised one thing and then they've come in and they have kind of just rug pulled it. And even PC Gamer wrote an article. Early backers of Game decry bait and switch. After it backtracks on monetization promises, dev chooses to stir the pot. Seeing Reddit lose it today lets me breathe a huge sigh of relief. The other major issue is Reynad just being a dick. He's like, they don't have a community manager. They don't have proper PR. I just feel like this game from day one on an organizational level has been run terribly. There was rumors and a lot of talk that they were originally going to have crypto NFTs in the game. And they had like backers backing that. And then when the NFT bubble blew up and people started really hating on the blockchain, they ditched that. And partly why they seem to be struggling and really wanting to raise money, there's also a word of a lawsuit towards the Bazaar and the team for millions of dollars, which I don't know if has been resolved yet. So there's been a lot of mismanagement and confusion. And then you have Reynad, who just hire a community manager. I tweeted this out. This message is just, what are you doing? And this is why it's gotten so bad, is he just stirs the pot. Instead of admitting, or like, we hear your concerns, we'll come back and maybe we can, redo the monetization. Times are tough. We thought we could make this whole monetization plan work, blah, 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 right? Like, try and figure something out. Like with Hearthstone, with the Battle Pass controversy, right? They eventually, they did the crappy PR stuff of like, we were listening, blah, blah, blah. They eventually did fix it. They made it a lot better. But this is not the way to go, where he said this: everyone alive is stupid. Nobody is honest about it, which I agree. I mean, I'm dumb, whatever, but this is probably not the best thing to say. When you say everyone is stupid, that means you're saying your customers are stupid, your player base is stupid. Like, it's just not smart. And then it gets even dumber. Like, I guess he proves that everyone alive is stupid because he did. I'm sorry, I don't think Reynad's stupid. This comment is just not the wisest. He says, you can keep trying to stretch the pay to win slur. The pay to win slur. It's now a slur to say game is pay to win. All you want, but we don't feel that it is. Anyone that expects to win more after buying expansion will be disappointed. Like, that's just silly. That's just silly. If you have more options, your odds of winning go up. It's just the way it is. It's like playing Battlegrounds and they introduce a new tribe, which are always broken. But if you paid for the Battlegrounds pass, only you will have that tribe offered in the lobby, right? Your other opponents can't get it. And the argument's like, well, your minion pool's worse because you have an extra tribe and maybe it's a bad tribe, so you'll lose more, right? That's the semantical argument we're getting, which is just garbage. And again, at the end of the day, they promised they wouldn't lock content behind any money. They promised that part of their pledge and they lied about it. And honestly, that is my big issue with it. They're deceiving their player base. They're deceiving investors. And I don't know if they could get sued over this, but it's really bad to me. And I wanted to bring that up because, again, a lot of my viewers, Reynad's a former Hearthstone streamer. I used to sub to him. I loved watching his streams. He was always a prick, but we liked, he's the noodle. He's a dick. That was fine. It was great for streaming. But when you're running a game company, you gotta approach it a little bit differently. Again, hire a community manager, do something, and come back and be like, okay, you guys have been amazing. You've helped get this game on the road, actually out. It's a good game. By the way, the Bazaar is a good game. Looks great, sounds great. it's awesome in that regard, but you're just destroying your reputation, your trust. And if you said you wouldn't put in like a pay to win scheme or paywall, and one of my big issues, I tweeted, I'll try and find a screenshot of it. I added Reynad, the Bazaar. You guys talked about NFTs and crypto in the past. Do you promise that you won't put it in the future? They never replied. They have in their little thing, I believe on the Discord, that they're not planning on it, that they won't do it. But if they say they wouldn't do this, what keeps them from adding stuff like that in the future that people loathe and don't want? So it's really, really crappy situation that I feel is mostly just, you know, horrible communication. And at the end of the day, people were really excited for the Bazaar and wanted to enjoy a new free-to-play game, and probably would have just showered them on money and cosmetics for boards and all that, like every other card game almost out there. That's the way it works. They lied, they deceived their player base, and they're doubling, tripling down and just gaslighting and being toxic about it. And I gotta call it out. I think it's really crappy. And as someone who has friends in this space and all that, and I want to make sure that they're not taken advantage of, their voice is heard, because again, I haven't heard another creator really bring this up too much. I just had to put that out there. So sorry if for today was a bizarre or a bizarre day, but yeah, we took a break from Hearthstone to just call out what I really do think is real bullshit, really disingenuous, basically fraud. To me, it comes off as fraud that they deceive their backers. Really should look at, you know, changing this up and, you know, have a premium pass that has the awesome cosmetics you originally promised. Just don't paywall content, because you promised your backers that. You promised that, they gave you their hard-earned money, and now you're kind of spitting in their face, and that's just not okay. It's not okay with me. So yeah, let me know what you think about this all in the comments down below. Highly recommend avoiding the Bazaar until this is resolved. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day, and stay salty, my friends.